Welcome superstar Michelle Villalobos, and in this video I'm kicking off a new series for you about how to lead a transformational retreat. This is video part 1, all about your compelling intention and theme. Let's go. Leading retreats is one of the most rewarding and high value and transformational things that you can do. I not only love to lead retreats, I love to attend them. And that is because retreats have been responsible for any number of magnificent changes in my life. All of my mentors operate using a retreat model, and all of my clients operate using a retreat model. And I operate using a retreat model. And the reason for that is because I believe that there is more transformation available in a community than there ever is just one-on-one. That's just my belief. You can take it or leave it. But if you agree and you want to learn how to lead amazing retreats, how to be an incredible leader at your retreats, how to monetize those retreats, how to market and sell them, then you're in the right place, because that is what this series is all about. Here is something else that I love about this retreat business and model. I think that when you deliver a powerful transformational experience for a group of people, you're not only serving them and setting them up for a life-changing experience, you are also setting yourself up for long-term clients, for a long-term business. Because when you deliver powerfully in that group format, you are creating the conditions for an ongoing business relationship with those people. The way that I look at business, you might know this if you've watched others of my videos, is that these transformational experiences provide the groundwork for people to step into a longer term program with you. And that's one of the many reasons that I love this business model. Now, what we're not getting into in this video series is all of the marketing and sales and enrollment that goes into creating a transformational retreat experience. You're attracting the people to do the transformation with. I have so many videos on that. I have a whole playlist of videos on marketing and selling retreats and coaching programs. So I'm going to let you go to those for that information. In this series, I'm focusing narrowly on how to design an incredibly transformational experience and how to lead it. Now, who this is for? Well, obviously, this is for some sort of leader, somebody who wants to lead groups of people through a powerful experience. But if you've never led something like a retreat before, then this is great for you as well. This is going to walk you through a lot of the things that I wish I'd known early on when I started leading these intimate, powerful experiences, these retreats. This is a collection of many of the things that I wish I'd known early days, 9 years ago, when I started leading these small, intimate, powerful experiences. So we start with what it looks like to create a powerful intention and retreat theme. This is the ideation part. For some of us, the most fun part of this is designing it in our heads first, right? Figuring out what the retreat is all about, who it's for, what problem it solves, and what is the actual transformation that you want to deliver. Now, in the next video, I'm going to dive into how to create the transformational experience, what I call the arc of transformation. So actually laying out the content of your retreat to get the outcome that you want. And then in the third video, I'm going to get into how to transform the space to promote growth. Now, that'll be really fun because I've never done a video about transforming the space in order to support the transformation. So I'm excited about delivering that content to you for the first time. Then we'll dive into how to step into powerful leadership. So how can you show up more effectively as the leader of the experience? And then finally, it's all about integration of the experience and follow-up, what happens afterwards. All right, so let's start with designing your powerful intention, your compelling promise for your retreat. Now, in order to create a powerful intention and create a compelling theme, we have to look at who's even coming to your retreat in the first place. Whether you have people already registered or not, let's take a deep look at who the target audience of your experience is. First, we want to look at who are they, obviously from a demographic perspective. Is it women? Is it men? What age group are they? Are they parents? Are they single, right? What's their life situation? What's their circumstance? And ideally, in a situation like this where you're bringing together people into an intimate experience, they've got something in common, which is why they're coming together. You don't have to have it be all single moms or all, working dads or whatever. It doesn't have to be that they have to have the same demographic. My retreat, we have people from young to older. We have people spanning all different types of cultures. It's very diverse. And what my people in my retreats have in common is that they're all looking to build and grow some sort of thought leader, community-based coaching or consulting practice. They're all looking to build a big back-end program, and they all want to lead some sort of transformational retreats or experiences. So they have that in common, whether they look very different or they come from very different places, they have this area of commonality. And they also tend to be high vibe, high consciousness entrepreneurs. So think about your audience. What do they have in common? And more importantly, what is the problem that they have, that they know they have, that you're wanting to address in your retreat? So really, there are 3 types of problems. You may have heard me talk about these before. There's the problem people know they have and admit, the one that they're actively seeking a solution to. Then there's the problem they know they have and they don't admit, which is the problem, it's really how they feel about that first problem, how it makes them feel. And then the third problem is the problem they don't even know they have, which I like to refer to as the blind spot. And ideally, you're helping them discover their blind spot or blind spots in the course of this transformational experience. So as you think about your audience, think about what's motivating them or what will motivate them to attend your retreat. What's that problem that they want to solve, that they want to get ahead of? In a business context, it might be that they want to make more sales. In a health context, it might be that they want to heal from some malady that they have. Spiritually, if it's a spiritual retreat, they might want to deepen their connection with the divine in some way. Get clear about what is at the front, what is at the top of their mind about this issue they're facing. And flip side, personally, I don't love to just focus on problems, although I know a lot of people advocate for that in marketing. I like to focus also on the possibility. What's it that they want? What would they love to experience? What is it that they dream about, right? What's the possibility that could be on the other side of your retreat, which is something that would be exciting and juicy? The more you understand their world, their problems and their possibilities, the more you're going to be able to design a journey, an experience that's going to speak to them, that's going to resonate with them, that they're going to play full out in. And then the next piece you'll want to think about is the premise. Now, before I describe for you what the premise of the retreat is, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to connect with you. And also in the comments below, maybe tell me a little bit about your retreat and what you're building. I'd love to know more about that. So the premise is, what is this retreat going to do to address those problems and get them closer to that possibility? Why do they need this retreat before anything else? So when you have clarity on what this retreat is going to actually accomplish, how it's going to support them, that's going to really help you as you design the arc of transformation, which is the subject of the next video. So once you have the clarity on who you're serving, what they need, what their problems and possibilities are, it's time to set a powerful intention and create a compelling theme. Every single retreat that I do has a theme. I do one retreat a few times a year. You may have heard of it. It's called the Superstar Business Breakthrough. And the theme and the intention of that retreat is for people to come in and design a new superstar business. What's a superstar business? It's one that allows people to share their gifts with the world in a way that's joyful, energy rich, and prosperous. Specifically, it's a business that has a big back end, monthly recurring revenues for at least a year. So every single person that's coming in has that intention that they want to design their new big back end superstar business model. That's the theme, that's the intention. Now, in terms of theme, superstar is the theme for everything that I do. So my front-end retreats have a superstar theme. So things have stars on them, and you can just imagine all the fun ways that I use that. And we'll talk a little bit more about how do you bring the theme to life in your space a little bit later. Now, I also do something called Family Vacation, which is a retreat just for my inner circle clients. So those are the people that are in my big back end program. So those people come twice a year, and we do a special retreat that's personal transformation just for them. And for every single one of those retreats, I have a different theme. So we've had themes like at the most recent one, the theme was identity transformation. How do you shift who you're being, who you are? See, what I was noticing with my inner circle and even in myself was that one of the problems we were having was installing new habits. People were having challenges with outreach and putting themselves out there. And I realized it's because they had old stories and old identities tied to being humble or to not bragging or to not put themselves out there. So I recognized that, they've got this problem, and the possibility would be if they could be someone who was fully self-expressed, who was sharing themselves fully with the world, who was really putting themselves out there. So I recognized that the journey of transformation from here to there required an identity shift. So that's why I chose identity transformation as the theme of the last retreat. So here's where it's your turn. You get to think about what is the transformation these people need and want, and what's the theme that you're going to use to get there? What's the powerful intention that goes along with that theme? So just to make it really clear, I'm going to read to you the theme and intention for the identity retreat that I just told you about. And I might even go back and share one more with you to give you an idea. So here's the theme. The theme of this last one was identity, stepping into a truer you. And partly the reason that I chose that, stepping into a truer you, was because I felt that the version of them that wanted to be seen and wanted to be known was actually a truer version than the one that wanted to hide. Okay, so here was the intention. The intention is for you to step into a more authentic, aligned, and empowered version of you. To let go of the stories and strategies that you adopted as another version of you, and become intentional about the stories and strategies you carry forward to establish the foundation for the inner and outer builds that follow this season. So that's one. Here's another example. The family vacation that we did last year in October was amplification through appreciation, blessing the bounty of your entire life. What I recognized was that in the season of the autumn, which is the season of the harvest, it's the season of gathering the fruits of your labor for the whole year, that I wanted people to tap into gratitude for their whole life in that same way. I wanted them to have the experience of having gratitude for everything that they've ever gone through so that they could more powerfully step into the next phase of whatever they were doing. So the intention of that retreat was for you to both have the experience of and gain the tools for cultivating gratitude and releasing old resentment, anger, blame, and shame. So you can open up to your blessings and plant the seed into the next cycle. Planting the energetic seed for your next year now and clarifying your signal out into the world. So that was our intention. I invite you now from this to go ahead and sit down and map out who is your person, what are their problems, what are their possibilities, what is the intention that you have for your retreat, for that transformation, and what is the theme of your event that's going to support that transformation. And I invite you to do that work and then meet me on video number 2, where we're going to talk about designing your arc of transformation. And in the meantime, if you're curious about what it looks like to work together and to map out your new business model and your transformation and all the things you do with me as your coach, then go visit superstarbusinessbreakthrough.com. That is my foundational program. That's where everybody starts with me, no matter what it is that they want to do. Now, I look forward to meeting you, connecting with you, and I'll see you on that next video.